Welcome, welcome. We're live on a few platforms today, um, and I thank you for stopping by because there is so many other things that you could be doing today. Today I am speaking with John Stewart, and he's the producer actually of the film Irresistible. I'm going to get a little bit of my sweet and spicy tea, and we're going to get right into it. Just giving a few people a few seconds to come on board. Okay, I see a few. I see Stephanie. I see Susan. Sarah. Hi, John. Emily. Joseph. Hi guys. Okay, we're going to get right on into it. And thanks once again. Okay, so John Stewart is the producer of the film Irresistible. First question is, John, how did you represent the current political climate in the film Irresistible?
How do you satirize the current moment without necessarily being so specific? How do you think about it? Sort of in the difference of how do you think about the weather versus how do you think about the climate? So I was trying to figure out, was there something about the climate of our current political system, the larger systems at play, and how those systems are incentivized that create the kinds of outcomes that we're finding, the sort of more corrupted outcomes. So rather than sort of focusing on, a Trump-like figure or a political figure that's taken off, you try and think about it from a systems perspective.
So, John, is this story about the political system protecting itself, or can you elaborate a little bit further?
It's about the current system of where is the money? How is the money incentivized, whether it be for the media or for the political parties? What is it that's corrupting and polluting the kinds of discourse and outcomes and policies that might arise from that? And where does that money go, and how is it used for its own influence, and how does the system protect itself?
Okay. So, what do you hope the audiences will take away from this film? What do you hope they take away from it?
I would just like it if people walked away from it thinking about the system as a whole and the outcomes that we get when we allow the entire system to become sort of self-propagating, and that the financial incentives are for very negative outcomes.
Do you feel that both political parties intervene in the small town tours? Mm-hmm.
It's like Titans battling on the mortal coil. You know what I mean? Like the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, this is just a small town, and they bring in their the entire weight of those two political machines, and they sort of, it's Batman versus Superman. It's these two titans battling on, and it's that sense of like, you're destroying all these buildings around here, right? But they're locked in their battle, and when their battle is over, they move on, and everyone else has to sort of rebuild whatever it was that they plowed over.
Did you write the script with your lead in mind?
Steve was really the only, I really did write this for him and with him in mind. And so I'm very glad that he wanted to do it. Because it's a difficult character, because it's, what do you do with someone that who might believe in what they're doing ideologically, who might be very principled, but they live in a world that is less principled, and what does that do?
What was it like working with Chris Cooper?
Just all about integrity. And that's the way I always viewed Chris. You know, he's just one of those guys that he does great work, and then he goes and he lives where he wants to live, and he doesn't play the game. And he's had a background in Texas and in farming, and he just, you know, I wanted somebody that had a little bit of this in their being, in their DNA. And I felt like he was a great person to have that, forgetting about all the, just as a great actor, but he was able to bring a firmness to it.
I'm just not that good with people. But there is one thing I'm good at.
How's school going?
You have jelly all over your face. Is it too late to homeschool me?
Watch me, watch me, watch me do this.
Are you CIA?
Why don't you hand over that phone before you get yourself in big trouble?
Won't you get in big trouble for having your cover blown by a 9-year-old who's recording this and streaming it to the cloud?
Can't you do that?
Yeah, not actually that hard.
We can cut a deal. I want you to teach me how to be a spy.
But just to be clear, this is a one-time arrangement. Never again.
Pinky promise. So what's first?
A lie detector test. I can smell a lie. Endorphins release an odor, and the ultimate tell, the slightest blink of an eye.
You mean like this? JJ, I admire all of your tattoos.
Stop.
When you look out there, what do you see?
90 civilians, minimal security, soft perimeter.
Smiling people having fun. You should try it sometime. Ice cream will make you feel better.
I feel a little better. My turn. The objective of this exercise is to get past me. A good idea might be to cause a distraction, because otherwise there'd be zero chance that you can... Oh, Blueberry!
Under the rough exterior,
Found you.
you're a nice guy. What is he doing?
This looks like the wedding at the end of Shrek.
I just wanna break the rules.